Gilly again. It's Gilly again, touching down. Um, just got myself a gun safe. Um, it's not super heavy duty or concrete lined or a monster and digital locks and all this shit. It's a gun safe. It's a thin metal, inexpensive containment unit that can be screwed to a wall, ceiling, floor, whatever it needs to, and has a lockable front door. Um, and it serves all the purposes of a gun safe. The metal is thin. I'm not going to deny you there. And it's not a fireproof gun safe. By any means, it's not a fireproof gun safe. But it's a gun safe. It keeps your gun safe. Period. It was purchased off Amazon for $49, $10 free shipping, and $10 tax, I think, or $8 tax or something. So it ended up being a $50 bill. Most gun safes, the minimum I found are $189 plus shipping because they're heavy. And or your best bet is to drive someplace to a Tractor Supply or a Harbor Freight and buy one of their floor models and walk out the door with it. But, excuse me, for $49.99 with $8 shipping. Came to the house. It took me like 2 hours to figure out how to put it together. It came with a top shelf because it's a gym locker style unit. So it was almost 12 inches down, 8 to 12 inches down. It was too short for the rifles to fit. So what I'm thinking about doing is taking that shelf and measuring the distance from front to back on the width of the depth, which it's 18 by, I believe it's 18 wide by 16 deep, or it's 16 wide by 18 deep. I'm not sure. I think it's 18 by 16. That being said, fold it in half at 8 inches. Take that shelf and literally, because it's that thin sheet metal, make a snip on each side at 8 inches and then fold it 90 degrees in a vise in 2x4s. Bend it up. And then if I have to cut it down just a little bit at the top, I can cut it down to fit. That should, with the pre-bent L on the top, give me something to put a zip screw through to hold it, and the same thing on the sides and the front. And give me a 8-inch shelf, but behind it, if I pull it all the way to the front, behind it I'll have 8 inches of space open so I can slide the barrels of the long guns behind and set them down in the notches 4 wide, and then still have a shelf with a back to it so that I can put my pistols in there or ammunition or something like that, and it won't fall off the back and fall out and land on the fucking floor in front of the shit. You know what I mean? So I think that might be the only modification I make, and I'll have to use a couple of zip screws to do it. Probably have to put the head on the outside so the screw point's on the inside for the shelf. But if a thief was to try and steal something, they undid those 4 screws, the shelf would just drop and the pistols would hit the ground. They're unloaded in the gun safe, so they're unloaded in the gun safe. They hit the ground, they're not going to go off. You know what I mean? It's not going to do any. It's just going to might nick them up or something, but they're not going to get them. And if someone's going to steal your shit, they're going to steal it. You have to really fucking rip and tear and work at it. So if they do that, then I guess they wanted them more than I did. And, they're going to get them. Thieves are thieves. Crooks are crooks. They do shit because they can. So locks only keep honest people honest. Throwing that out there. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. It's a neat little unit. I would suggest it to anybody. It's on Amazon. It's a 53-inch tall, 18 by 16 gym locker. It's meant for home exercise, yoga places, things like that, where you could walk in and just click a lever and get undressed real quick and put on new shit and go to the other room. A changing room style locker. Gym locker from high school. It's exactly the gym locker from high school. So like I said, it's pretty cool. It works great. I'm happy with it. And, it's not fireproof or super rugged, but I'm not expecting a fire or anybody to steal my shit. But at least I need it to be locked up and safe and legal. And I met the letter of the law. And it only cost me $50. It didn't cost me 300, 500, 600 bucks. And a broken back trying to lug some fucking concrete line fire safe into my house and figure out how to keep it there. And then when you move, you got to take it with you. And it's a bunch of shit, So I think it was a good purchase. And I hope it helps some of you guys out there be able to keep your firearms in a safe place. If you have children around or, a reason or a need to keep your guns locked up, then it's a great idea. It's a simple solution and it doesn't take much, All right, peace and hair grease.